Welcome to an episode of r/slash Entitled Parents, where we share stories of moms or dads thinking that because they have kids, they are entitled to everything. Kick back and enjoy these several stories we're about to share with you, and at the end, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, on to the stories. And this story is posted by u/White Roof Maker, entitled Dad Wants Me to Give His Son Money. This happened a few days ago. I was at a restaurant with my best friend, who I'll call G, for his birthday. I brought him so I would pay for the food. So G, me, and a couple of other friends arrived at the restaurant and sat down, and the waiter came. He was around 20, and his dad was there because I think it was his first day, but I'll call the kid T and the dad ED. He came to us and asked us the usual things, what we wanted, etc. But when it came to the bill, we paid a bit extra for the tip when the dad came in. ED, hey, you. G, what? ED, are you paying? G, no, OP is. ED to me, give my son more money. Me, confused. What? ED, give my son more money for his tip. Me, no, I already gave him $17 for his tip. ED, no, that's not enough. You need to pay him $40. He needs it. Me, no, and we're leaving. ED, no, until you pay my son $40 more, you're not leaving. I know the manager. Me, I'm still leaving, even if you do know him. ED, no, come back here. ED gets cut off by T. T, Dad, stop. It's fine. Just let me go serve other customers, and you need to go home. ED, fine, T. You better make more money. This was the last thing I overheard before we left. After this, we went to G's house and just hung out until we had to leave. And this next story is posted by u/Savage Inc. Studios, entitled Stepmonster Shaves My Head to Get Back at My Mom. A little backstory before we jump into the main bit. My parents split up when I was 2, and both immediately paired up with the nightmares I would then be stuck with for the next 16 years. Both of my parents' new partners were horribly abusive in different ways, but this story focuses on my real-life wicked stepmother. We'll call her Vanessa. Something you all should know about my father is that he was not an involved parent. Before me, he had 2 other children with different women that he never saw, so it made sense when my parents broke up that I went to live with my mom. She made a lot of bad choices, but we actually had a relationship, and I felt like she loved me. My dad and I, however, did not have a close relationship at all. When he started dating Vanessa, we met and she seemed normal enough, but after they got married, things started to change. Vanessa hated my mother. Maybe because she was younger, maybe because she was more attractive, maybe because she was my dad's ex, or maybe it was just because Vanessa was a truly hateful person, but the real reason doesn't matter. What does matter is that after marrying my dad, Vanessa had it out for my mom. What's one of the worst things you can do for a mother? Take her child and turn that child against them. And that is exactly what Vanessa tried to do. She convinced my dad to take my mom to court and rip me away from my family. The courts eventually decided to give primary custody of me to my father because my mother had 2 other children, one with a disability, and my dad and Vanessa made more money. Vanessa did try for a long time to turn me against my mother, but I was utterly devoted. My mom and her other 2 and then 3 children were the only family I had ever known, and I loved them with everything I was. No amount of trash talking my other family or trying to win me over were successful, so when Vanessa realized she couldn't hurt my mother that way, she tried another tactic. She was going to treat me as badly as she legally could and rub it in my mom's face. That is where the story actually starts. My mom was very gothy, and I idolized her, so naturally I wore as much black as I was allowed to, and was very excited to grow up and have dyed gothy hair and tattoos and tons of piercings. When I was 10 years old, my mom bought me my very first bottle of semi-permanent black hair dye. I was so excited, but I told her, Mom, I don't think Vanessa will let me dye my hair. She wants me to look normal for church. She won't even let me wear black clothes on Sunday. My mom's response was something along the lines of, Vanessa can eat a big fat weenie. If this is what you want, this is what we're going to do. Don't ever let people like her tell you who you are allowed to be or what you're allowed to look like. You are your own person. And I felt that in my heart. Vanessa hated everything about what made me the person I was anyway. How much worse could black hair possibly make it? Never ask how much worse a situation can get, guys, because the universe will be there winding up the most wicked curveball you've ever seen to show you just how much worse it can get. And that's what exactly happened. I returned to my father's home with sleek, shiny, blue-black hair, soft and thick and all the way down past my waist. And Vanessa ordered my dad to take me to the barber and have it all shaved off. My father took me and held me down while I kicked and screamed and cried, "No, please don't cut my hair," while the barber gave me a buzz cut. I was traumatized, my mom was traumatized, and Vanessa hated dragging an already masculine little girl to church with no hair, but over time, I adjusted and decided to use it against Vanessa. I never grew my hair out to a normal girl's length again and bleached and dyed it every color under the sun because what's the worst she could do for me? Shave it off? And this story is posted by u/Seth Borf. ED makes impossible requests and gets banned from the store. I used to work at the Big Orange hardware store as a loader way back in 2009. As this story occurred 11 years ago, some details are a bit blurry. I apologize in advance for this. Now for the story. An ED came by to order 20 bales of pine straw. He had his kid with him who didn't interact with us, so he won't have dialogue in this story. ED only had a tiny compact car, and there was only enough room inside for 5 bales max before it became unsafe to drive, and maybe enough room for 10 if safety for his kid wasn't his concern. Here's what transpired. Me is me, ED is entitled dad, TL is team leader, M is manager. Me, your car is too small for these. ED, no it's not, you can fit them in there. Me, can we tie some to your roof? ED, no, fit them all in the trunk and my back seat. And don't get any loose straw in my car. Me, it's impossible to fit though. Even if I played Tetris with them, I could probably only get 8 max, but then you wouldn't be able to see through your rear view. ED, it's your job to figure it out. Me, I hope you don't mind me asking, but do you live far from here? ED, I'm about 5 minutes away. Me, okay, good. Would you be interested in renting one of our trucks to help in transporting these bales? They don't cost much, and since you're close by, it should be quite cheap. ED, no, I don't want to pay any more than I already have. Me, are you sure you can't let us tie some bales to your roof? ED, no, I don't want them falling off. Me, all right, I'll see what I can do. I contact our TL over the radio and tell her the situation and ask her to come out to the loading area. TL, sir, there's no way they can fit all 20 bales in your trunk and back seat. Are you sure you don't want some tied to your roof? ED, well, I don't want them falling off, and I don't want twine too tight to weaken the bales. TL, would you be interested in one of our trucks? That'll make it easier, or you can come back with a van or truck of your own. ED, I want them in my car. TL, they won't all fit then. If you want to use your car, my loaders can fit whatever they can, and you can come back to get the rest. You can make as many trips as you want. ED, I guess that'll be okay. TL, okay, great. Looks at me and my loading partner. Fit whatever you can, and this gentleman will come back to get the rest. Me, all right, we'll do that. TL walks back into the store. Me and my loading partner grab some plastic sheets to lay down in his trunk, back seat, and floorboards. ED, wait a minute. What the hell is that you're putting in my car? Me, plastic sheets to keep loose straw from getting in your car. ED, you can't do that. I don't want your trash in there. Me, sir, you said you didn't want loose straw and this will prevent that. ED, can you get your supervisor again or something? I don't want your trash. Me, sir, all she's going to do is reiterate what I just said. If you don't want loose straw in your car, then I really suggest taking this plastic. ED, call that lady on your radio again. Get her out here. Me, all right. Calls for TL again and requests her to come back to the loading area. TL, sir, you said you don't want loose pine straw in your car, yes? ED, that's right, and I don't understand why that means I have to take your trash with me. TL, sir, that's not trash. It's sheets of plastic that we have for the sole purpose of preventing spills in customers' vehicles. My loaders are only taking precautions so they can fulfill your request. ED, first you morons can't fit all my items in my car, and now you want me to take your trash with me? TL, sir, as I've just said, that's not trash. And it's impossible to fit 20 bales in your car, and that's why we agreed you could take them in multiple trips. Please don't yell at me because I'm just trying to help you. ED, do you have a supervisor or someone else I can talk to because all of you are being useless? TL, I can call the store manager for you if you like. ED: yes, I'd like to speak to your manager and have you and, points to me and my loading partner, your two moron workers fired for not being able to fulfill a simple request. TL calls the manager and asks him to come to the loading area. M: what's going on here? Sir, why are you yelling? ED explains the situation to M. M: sir, if you don't want loose pine straw in your vehicle, then I definitely suggest you take the plastic. ED: I don't want your effing trash. M: sir, can you follow me? ED: finally someone is doing their job and helping me. M leads ED to the customer service desk and makes the clerk refund ED's order. M: now you need to leave my store. ED: what do you mean? You weren't giving me those bills for free? M: you are abusing my employees and use profanity at me. You will leave and you are banned from my store. Get out before I call the police. ED gets in his car and peels out of the parking lot. And this story is posted by u/moon_light523. TBH, I'd be surprised if my mom hasn't been mentioned here before. Oh, all the stories that I could tell about my entitled mom, EM. I can't tell you guys how many times this woman has done something that was truly embarrassing for my brother and I. When I really think about a time that it was bad, I remember this one time that we were at an airport going home from a business event in Florida. We had gotten kind of late to the airport, mostly because my brother doesn't care when we leave late. And when we got to the airport, my EM started to panic because we needed to check a bag. The events pretty much happened like this. My brother and I stayed behind him, and she walked up to someone at one of those check-in points and asked the lady for help because our plane was leaving soon. The lady ignored him for a few minutes, for most likely cause she didn't wait in line and also because of her tone. After that, the lady said to wait in the line, which was decently long. Then EM asked if maybe a manager could help because we were cutting it really close for the flight. Now, this happened when I was about 13, 18 now, so it's kind of foggy, but what generally happened was that EM got mad that the lady was ignoring her, was asking for a manager. The lady said that they weren't able to help her. She started walking around the check-in of the airport shouting about how no one would help us, and then went up to someone else and asked who the manager was, who turned out to be the original person EM was talking to, who then EM started to yell at while the manager was being kind of snappy. And then when she helped us, she made us miss our flight, but also my bag was on the flight. The whole thing was honestly such a mess because while EM was shouting, she also took a video of it and said she would give it to the news and show how terrible they were and things like that. While it was all happening, I just kind of stayed as far away from my mom as possible, although one point I should make it as first, the one manager I don't think handled the situation the right way, and it for sure made it worse when she lied about being the manager. After we had everything sorted out, she made us have a layover in Jacksonville and then go to Phoenix, where we had the last flight to our county in OC, which had flight restrictions. So because we had the last flight, our flight from Jacksonville came in late, which made us have to stay in Phoenix for the night. It was for sure one hell of a trip. This has been TNA Top Notch Audio. Please like, comment, share, subscribe for sure. And we look forward to more videos for you and your enjoyment in the future.